Hey guys, previously we explored the Crystarium, found out how our friends made it to the first, and then we went on an adventure to find the twins. I, of course, started the journey by going to look for Alisae. Today, we're going to be helping Alisae deal with the Sin Eaters by culling their ranks, that's the name of the quest, learning about what happens to people who are bitten or attacked by the Sin Eaters, and how they've been dealing with the situation here at Journey's End. After helping Alisae kind of cull the ranks of the Sin Eaters, she informs us that they usually flock to stronger Sin Eaters in large numbers, leading to a swarm of these creatures whenever a strong Sin Eater comes out to play. This is also around the time we learn a little bit more about Tesleen and how she appears to be the heart and soul of Journey's End. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alisae? What, and twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can do to help. I could do with a hand, is true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alisae. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I'm meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and saying that their skin isn't caked in sand. Whoa, what? Their names are Ponlin, Todden, and Halric. They may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Now, we take the time to assist Tesleen by clearing the sick of sand, and one of the individuals, Halric, appears to be a small child. Oh, this little kid. Wait, oh, this little kid's turning. It's like zombie apocalypse all over again. Halric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. Don't let him bite you, that's how the virus spreads. We meet back with Tesleen, where she has some unsettling news regarding Halric. You've seen to the patients? How were they? Motionless and made of clay. Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Halric though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. No. We shall leave you to that discussion then. I was going to take Kilzor to Mordsuk, if you have any errands there that need doing. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Kassard's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. So, we take this time to travel back to Mordsuk, where we acquire a nectarine from Ron. Alisae, however, wants to meet atop the main tower, where she wants to show us something. However, she's rather cryptic about the information she wants to share with us. Alright, Alisae, what are you showing me?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken.
Okay.
Do you see what lies beyond?
Yeah, nothing. White.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit.
Oh my god, this is gonna be really sad. We're gonna like give him the nectarine and like push him into the outside.
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light.
Okay.
The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
Oh.
Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over.
Wait, do we kill them?
The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
I mean, I guess that's better than letting them turn into a Sin Eater, but holy shit. I'm like holding it like, oh no.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
Yes, I do.
Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield.
Nah, I was fine.
So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready to poison a kid. What a difficult decision the people at Journey's End must make with the people who are returning. I wonder how Tesleen came to be in charge of this place, and why or how she started helping out the victims for the Sin Eaters. We travel back to deliver the nectarine to Tesleen, and she decides to make us a warm meal and share her story. What kind of stew do you think it is? Okay, do we finally get to catch up with Alisae? Nectarine stew, you shut up.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
Better not be nectarine stew, I swear to God.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Not nectarine. I'll take another bowl then. Huzzah.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
Yeah, this place is dreary, man.
I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
I met, what was his name? Ardbert? He was kind of nice.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea.
Oh, he's a legend. He's literally like a folk legend.
Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Does Alisae not remember the Warrior of Darkness?
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Hello? Hello?
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Halric is missing. We split up to cover more ground. However, as we're searching for Halric, Alisae and I spot something in the sky that cannot be good news.
Any sign of him?
I haven't seen shit, man. Is he a Sin Eater now?
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Isn't he already turning? Oh, it's the lady from the trailer!
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones.
Wow, rude. Rude.
Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
After it! Okay. I'm super fast, so... But Alice said we don't body shame here.
There it is!
No!
Is that... Oh no!
She's looking very happy. Is she gonna kill him? Or turn him?
Halric!
Hit the deck, fool!
We have to run!
Desleen! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Is she turning? Is she gonna turn?
No!
What the fuck? I believe the appropriate thing to say here is, welcome to Shadowbringers. I'm still not comfortable watching that back, and holy cow, was that a horrifying turn of events. At least, Halric is okay for now, and Tesleen was able to save him from a fate worse than death. I don't know, I think that makes it way worse. We check in with individuals at Journey's End, and ultimately, we make our way back around to checking in with Alisae. Alisae is lost in grief. Alright, we gotta snap out of it, Alisae. We got shit to do, we got work to do. Our baby tails are cute, it's super cute. Yeah. Alisae? Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me. Hey. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late. Too slow. I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. That guy is, this guy is shooketh. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Okay, but where are we going? Farewell, Halric. Keep Tesleen's words close to your heart. That kid is gone. Like, you might as well give him the fruit now. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damned light, building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now, hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. By introducing darkness. How would you do that? That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I have gained here to hurt them. Ultimately, Alisae returns to the Crystarium with us. Sad though her return is, I'm glad to have her by my side again. Now that she's back in the Crystarium, however, I take the final parts of my stream to find Alphino for the first time. We ride an Amaro over to Clusia, where we hope to catch up with him. But first, we must find a way to get a message to him. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Eibor. Eibor? I'm gonna say Eibor. Eibor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Clusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme that will let him know that you can be trusted. What? Okay. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. What? Huh? No, here is some time. Take me to your leader. Oh, I do love a bit of time. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alphino, eh? I know the one. A young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore's richer than all of Norvrant put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's a fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there, and I'll see that Alphino joins you. We've now got a message to Alfie and a location to meet. Now, all we must do is travel up to this fishing village and wait in the tavern for his arrival. Alright, Alphino. What's that shiny blue stuff? Oh, I bet it's good. Boots with the fur, y'all.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Hey. What's up, pal?
'Tis good to see you, my friend.
Oh. I get like, when we saw Alisae last week, I got kind of emotional, and now seeing him, it's kind of, I don't know why, like, they're just characters in a video game, but like, it's so great to see them.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alphino, you really are a dear.
He didn't always used to be that way, we were just talking about it.
I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu.
I mean,
It has
that...
been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
You too, honestly. Me, I was worried about you, yeah.
Huh. Alisae said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
There's a lot of shit that happened, bro.
But the Exarch and Alisae told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable.
No. Nope.
And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
I mean, I can go back, can I?
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
Yeah. Poor Tataru.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
Okay, but how? How are we going to do that?
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true.
And I don't want to die. I don't know about you guys, but death is not on the table for me.
By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Oh. Which we know are owned by the Asians.
Which can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Asians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Yeah, and then you went and you shut down the factory, but at the end of Stormblood, they're telling him that the production was being kicked up again. So the poison farts are back.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
I can't believe Varys would do that, though. Like, I don't know, it just seems so evil to me.
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion.
Okay, do you have a theory? Are you going to share the theory with me or no?
I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat.
Okay.
One being sin eaters, of course.
Yeah, I already visited your sister, and we talked about sin eaters already, and it was not fun. Sin eaters are not cool.
They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity.
Yeah, they suck. They're terrible and
I may
gross.
be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
It's fair. Actually.
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority.
Good old Alphino immediately jumping in to the deep end with the politics here in this new world.
If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Oh boy, do I.
And so we take to the road once more.
Hell yeah. Us and the boy. We're reunited with our boy. I'm so excited. I used to not be a big fan of Alfie, but he has kind of slowly grown on me over the expansions. I'm very excited to go on another adventure with him. I end stream with this kind of frightful sight covered in boogers. I'm so grateful for you guys coming along with me and enriching my experience within Final Fantasy XIV. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.